On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Norm.
Something that is regarded as usual, typical, or standard.
Examples:
Norm of action. Cultural norm. The systems we have developed has accepted as industry norms.
Diagnose.
To determine or distinguish the nature of a problem or an illness through a careful analysis.
Examples:
Diagnose the problem. Diagnose with CT scans. This device is used to diagnose brain cancer and other tumors.
Syndrome.
A group of signs and symptoms that occur together and are characteristic of a particular condition or disorder.
Examples:
Syndrome of dementia. Acute syndrome. The patient was diagnosed with a rare genetic syndrome.
Neurological.
Of or relating to the science of neurology or the nervous system.
Examples:
Fever with neurological signs. Neurological symptoms. The patient was diagnosed with a neurological disorder affecting their motor skills.
Disorder.
An untidy state or a lack of organization, a physical condition or illness that causes problems with how a section of the body or brain functions.
Examples:
The files are in complete disorder. People with bipolar disorder. The doctor prescribed some medicine for the mental disorder.
Stereotype.
A fixed and unvarying idea or image that people have about what someone or something is like, but which is often not true in reality and may cause hurt and offense.
Examples:
Avoid stereotype. Negative stereotypes. Changing stereotypes about LGBTQ requires considerable effort.
Movement.
A group of people working together to achieve a shared goal, especially a political, social, or artistic one, the process of moving or being moved, physically or figuratively.
Examples:
A circular movement. Movement of troops. The movement of the dancers on stage was graceful and elegant.
Tic.
A sudden, involuntary muscular contraction or movement, often repetitive in nature, a habitual and often unconscious behavior or mannerism.
Examples:
Developmental tic. Facial tic. My nervous tic makes it hard for me to concentrate during important events.
Technique.
A particular way or art of doing something that needs skill.
Examples:
A technique in martial arts. The technique applied to construction. Jockey's superior technique brought him victory.
Involuntary.
Acting or done without or against one's will.
Examples:
involuntary manslaughter, involuntary muscles. The drug side effects can include involuntary loss of urine.
Conscious.
Being aware of and able to respond to what is happening around you.
Examples:
conscious effort, conscious of having succeeded. He became conscious that he was being followed.
Intention.
Something you want to do and are going to do.
Examples:
intention behind his decision, clear intention. Our CEO's intentions are always transparent and straightforward.
Voluntary.
Done of one's own free will, without being forced or coerced.
Examples:
voluntary action, voluntary participation. The program is voluntary, so participants can choose whether or not to take part.
External.
Belonging to or situated outside of someone or something.
Examples:
external factors, external commerce. When a company discloses information to the market, an external auditor verifies them.
Uncomfortable.
Providing or feeling physical discomfort or slight pain.
Examples:
an uncomfortable silence. With an uncomfortable face. His abusive words made me uncomfortable.
Premonition.
A strong feeling or sense that something is about to happen, often foreboding or unpleasant, a warning or indication of a future event or circumstance.
Examples:
premonition of a bad outcome. Premonition of success. His premonition of an impending disaster saved his family from a serious accident.
Urge.
To spur on or encourage someone, especially by cheers and shouts. Noun, a strong desire or impulse, especially one that is difficult to control or resist.
Examples:
urge a total ban. A sexual urge. The lobbyist urged Congress not to approve the measure.
Resist.
To refuse to accept something and attempt to prevent it from happening.
Examples:
resist temptation. Resist being kissed. I chose to resist cancer by trying every possible treatment.
Relate.
To establish a connection or association between two or more things. To narrate or tell about an event, experience, or relationship. To empathize or feel sympathy with someone or something.
Examples:
relate a story. Relate a message. He tried to relate his experience to the group, but they couldn't understand.
Bet.
To risk money on the result of an event or a competition, such as a race or game, to get more money, to have faith or confidence in something.
Examples:
Bet on a race. Bet my future. I bet that you know it.
Experiment.
The scientific test conducted to observe what happens and gain new knowledge.
Examples:
Experiment design. Series of experiments. His experiments showed highly positive results.
Blink.
To shut and open the eyes quickly, to gleam or glow in a regular or intermittent way.
Examples:
Blink his eyes. Blink in astonishment. He blinked in the dazzling sunlight.
Phantom.
A ghost or a spirit of a dead person, something existing only in your imagination or perception.
Examples:
A phantom company. Phantom limb pain. The police frantically searched for clues to the phantom killer.
Eyelid.
A thin fold of skin that covers and protects the human eye, which helps to keep the eye moist by spreading tears over the surface and prevents foreign objects from entering the eye.
Examples:
Eyelid twitch. Drooping eyelid. Bright light can cause me to squint and strain my eyes, resulting in twitchy eyelids.
Tingle.
To cause a stinging or prickling sensation. Noun, a feeling of slight numbness or a slight prickling or stinging sensation, typically as a result of cold or excitement.
Examples:
Tingle up my spine. Tingle with anticipation. My nerves began to tingle before the show started.
Breath.
The air that is taken into and expelled from your lungs. The process of taking into and expelling air from your lungs.
Examples:
Hold your breath. Breath of wind. He bated his breath when talking about this affair.
Approximately.
Close to a specific number or time, but not exactly that number or time.
Examples:
Approximately 3 feet long. Approximately same. This trail takes approximately 2.5 hours.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Shift.
A slight transition in position, direction, or trend.
Examples:
Doppler shift. Major paradigm shift. Could you help me shift some furniture?
Conversation.
An informal talk between two or more people to exchange their views, ideas, information, etc.
Examples:
Conversation in English. A friendly conversation. Your conversation reflects your thoughts.
Analyze.
To think about in depth and evaluate to discover essential features or meaning.
Examples.
Analyze a chemical compound. Analyze your real motives. The teacher attempted to analyze the root cause of our mistake.
Spectrum.
An ordered array of colors into which a light beam can be split.
Examples.
A broad spectrum of opinion. Infrared spectrum. This device displayed the speech spectrum spectrographically.
Ultimate.
Furthest or highest in degree or order.
Examples.
The ultimate goal in life. The ultimate luxury. Management must take ultimate responsibility for the accident.
Assume.
To think or accept something to be true without having proof of it, to take or begin to have power, to begin to exhibit a specific quality or appearance.
Examples.
Assume a lousy attitude to his boss. Assume an important role. The following example assumes that the capacity of each battery is the same.
Extreme.
Very great in amount or degree.
Examples.
Extreme sports. Extreme weather events. Solar gravity creates extreme pressures and temperatures.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples.
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Rewire.
To replace or repair the wiring of something, especially an electrical system, to make significant changes in one's thoughts or behavior patterns.
Examples.
Rewire a house. Rewire a program. I need to rewire the faulty electrical system in my house to prevent a fire.
Fascinate.
To attract and hold the attention of someone deeply and irresistibly.
Examples.
Fascinate the public. Fascinate the young. The magic tricks fascinated the children.
Regulation.
An official rule made and maintained by a government or some other authority, the act of controlling or directing something according to a rule.
Examples.
A company regulation. Regulation by the government. The regulation approved by Congress was perfunctorily implemented.
Impulsive.
Acting suddenly without any planning and without considering the effects they may have.
Examples.
An impulsive force. Do impulsive buying. He regrets the impulsive behavior he took in his drunken state.
Compulsive.
Relating to or involving an irresistible urge to do something repeatedly or excessively, often in a way that is harmful or detrimental to one's well-being or relationships.
Examples:
compulsive gambling, compulsive behavior. He had a compulsive need to check the stove was turned off every time he left the house.
Spotlight.
A beam of light used to illuminate a particular area or person.
Examples:
spotlight effect, spotlight moment. The singer was in the spotlight as she performed her hit song.
Opioid.
Substances that have an effect similar to opium, such as morphine, used in medicines to treat severe pain, but some people take them illegally for pleasure and become addicted.
Examples:
an opioid analgesic, opioid receptor. Treatment for opioid dependence may be a long-term process.
Crisis.
A time of great disagreement, confusion, or danger when problems must be resolved or critical decisions must be taken.
Examples:
financial crisis, crisis management. The Chinese word for crisis comprises two characters, one for danger and the other for opportunity.
Abuse.
The use of something in an incorrect or harmful manner.
Examples:
the problem of drug abuse, victim of sexual abuse. Our company has an audit team that monitors directors for abuse of authority.
Painkiller.
Medicine used to relieve physical pain.
Examples:
a strong painkiller. Take a painkiller beforehand. Over-the-counter painkillers are less effective for patients who have taken many in the past.
Heroin.
A highly addictive and illegal drug derived from morphine, typically administered by injection and often associated with serious health problems, including overdose and addiction.
Examples:
smoking heroin, heroin overdose. The withdrawal symptoms from heroin can be intense and painful.
Epidemic.
The widespread outbreak of a particular disease in a large number of people at the same time.
Examples:
a worldwide epidemic, health epidemic. The disease is now reaching epidemic proportions in our country.
Overdose.
Excessive and dangerous ingestion or application of a drug.
Examples:
overdose of alcohol, opioid overdose. It would help if you refrained from an overdose of caffeine.
Addiction.
The inability to stop using or doing something as a habit, especially something harmful.
Examples:
Alcohol addiction. Addiction to foreign oil. He is now fighting his addiction to drugs.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
Suffer a setback. Suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Alcohol.
A clear liquid that can make people drunk and is used in medicines, cleaning products, etc.
Examples:
Stop drinking alcohol. Diluted alcohol. There is a clear association between alcohol consumption and cognitive decline.
Reward.
A thing given in acknowledgement of service, hard work, achievement, etc.
Examples:
The reward for good works. Shopping rewards cards. Night fishing has a lot of rewards.
Stimming.
A behavior often exhibited by individuals on the autism spectrum characterized by repetitive bodily movements or sounds, such as hand flapping or rocking, often used as a form of self-regulation or sensory stimulation.
Examples:
Autistic stimming. Stimming therapy. Autistic children may engage in stimming behaviors, such as rocking or hand flapping, to self-regulate.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Medical.
Relating to the treatment of illness or injuries, relating to the practice of medicine.
Examples:
A medical opinion. Temporary medical treatment. The medical team worked quickly to save the patient's life.
Neurobiology.
A field of biology that studies the structure, function, and development of the nervous system, including the brain, spinal cord, and peripheral nerves, encompassing a wide range of research topics, including the molecular and cellular processes involved in neural signaling, the organization of neural circuits, and the neural basis of behavior, cognition, and emotion.
Examples:
Neurobiology research. Cellular neurobiology. The professor's research in neurobiology has led to groundbreaking discoveries in the field of brain science.
Concept.
An idea or principle associated with something abstract.
Examples:
Learn new concepts. Concept car. One such rapidly growing concept is quantum cryptography.
Enormous.
Extremely large or great.
Examples:
Enormous amount. Enormous potential. Shakespeare's output of poetry was enormous.
Entirely.
Completely.
Examples:
entirely satisfied with the meal. He was entirely to blame. Later, his claim was found to be entirely false.
Default.
To fail to fulfill an obligation or pay a debt when it is due, to fail to meet expectations or perform as required, to choose or accept a predetermined option or condition without making a deliberate selection or choice. Noun, a failure to fulfill an obligation or to meet a requirement, the preset or automatic settings that a system or program uses when the user has selected no other options.
Examples:
default settings. Default on the mortgage. If you don't specify a different option, the computer will default to its original settings.
Idle.
Not working hard or not having a job, useless.
Examples:
live an idle life. Idle capital. There are several idle machines in the factory because of the decreased orders.
Brake.
A device used to slow or stop a moving vehicle, typically by applying pressure to the wheels.
Examples:
apply the brake. Brake pedal. The results of that election put a brake on political reform.
Release.
To set free or allow to escape from confinement.
Examples:
release a prisoner. Release CO2 into the air. The animal rights group worked to release the dolphins back into the wild.
Autopilot.
A system that automatically controls the operation of an aircraft or spacecraft.
Examples:
autopilot function. Aircraft autopilot. The airplane was on autopilot during the long flight.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
the structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Striatum.
A striped mass of white and gray matter located in the brain which controls movement and balance of the body.
Examples:
rat striatum. Corpus striatum. The striatum is the most significant component of the basal ganglia.
Detect.
To find or recognize something, especially something difficult to see, hear, etc.
Examples:
detect a bad event. Detect smuggling across borders. The security camera has detected 4 intruders.
Emotional.
Relating to people's feelings.
Examples:
Emotional health. Emotional distress. Human emotional responses vary widely depending on the society to which they belong.
Motor.
A device that converts electricity, fuel, etc. into movement and makes a machine, vehicle, etc. work.
Examples:
A motor mechanic. DC motor control. Energy-efficient motors are needed to maximize the cruising distance of electric vehicles.
Trigger.
To make something happen suddenly, to cause something such as a device, machine, etc. to function.
Examples:
Trigger a biochemical response. Trigger inflation. The incident triggered a political controversy.
Neuroscience.
The scientific study of the function, structure, and disorder of the brain and the nervous system.
Examples:
The branch of neuroscience. A theoretical concept in neuroscience. Our university is famous for its professors who are well-versed in behavioral neuroscience.
Tick.
A light, sharp, repetitive sound or action, a mark indicating that something is correct or has been done. Any of two families of small parasitic arachnids with barbed proboscis.
Examples:
Tick of the clock. Tick fever. I always put a tick mark next to the items on my grocery list after buying them.
Graduate.
A person who has a first degree from university or college. Verb, to complete the first course of university or college and get a degree.
Examples:
Graduate degree program. Honor graduate. Many employers hire graduate trainees to train as managers.
Genetic.
Of or relating to genes, equals parts of the DNA in cells, or the science of genes.
Examples:
Have genetic testing. A genetic disorder. Understanding protein folding is a vital step in deciphering the genetic code.
Orchestrate.
To plan, coordinate, or arrange something, especially skillfully or cleverly. Noun, the act of organizing or directing the elements of a composition, especially in music.
Examples:
Orchestrate a takeover. Orchestrate the political reinstatement. He carefully orchestrated the details of his business plan.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
License.
An official permission or authorization to do, use, or own something, A legal document that grants the holder the right to perform certain activities, such as driving a car, practicing a profession, or using a particular product or service.
Examples:
License renewal, software license. Before driving, ensure you have a valid driver's license.
Recommend.
To suggest that someone or something would be a suitable fit for a particular purpose or role.
Examples:
Recommend a hospitalization. Recommend reading. We recommend taking media training every 6 months.
Thesis.
A written essay, especially one submitted for a university degree, that sets out the author's findings on a particular subject.
Examples:
A drift of a thesis. Master thesis. His thesis on the effects of climate change won several awards.
Topic.
A subject that is being discussed or written about.
Examples:
A serious topic. The topic of the book. The topic of the discussion was the current state of the economy.
Eventually.
Finally, particularly after a long time or a lot of struggle, complications, and so on.
Examples:
Eventually become obsolete. Eventually succeed. The corporation eventually dominated the entire tobacco business.
Coerce.
To force, pressure, or compel someone to do something against their will or better judgment, to use threatening or intimidating tactics, to persuade someone to comply with one's demands.
Examples:
Coerce him to follow an order. Coerce obedience. The boss tried to coerce the employees into working overtime by threatening to fire them.
Consciously.
With awareness, in a deliberate manner.
Examples:
Consciously aware of a problem. Act consciously. He consciously criticizes her in the publicity.
Excite.
To make someone feel suddenly enthusiastic or eager.
Examples:
Excite the crowd. Excite rebellion. The news of her promotion excited her.
Rub.
To move one's hand or an object over the surface of something with pressure.
Examples:
Rub shoulders. Rub a glass window. She rubbed the sore spot on her leg to ease the pain.
Aversion.
A strong dislike or reluctance towards something or someone, a feeling of extreme distaste or aversion towards something or someone unpleasant.
Examples:
Aversion therapy. Strong aversion. Her aversion to snakes made her avoid the reptile exhibit at the zoo.
Interact.
To communicate or react with somebody.
Examples:
Interact directly with customers. Interact with one another. He should interact more with his colleagues.
Unfamiliar.
Not known or recognized, not experienced or encountered before.
Examples:
The unfamiliar surroundings. Around unfamiliar people. She was unfamiliar with the city and got lost while trying to find her way back to the hotel.
Unexpected.
Not anticipated or regarded as likely to happen.
Examples:
An unexpected visitor. Some unexpected events. The unexpected rainstorm caused the collapse of the corral.
Imply.
To indicate the truth or existence of something without referring to it.
Examples:
Imply a strong correlation. Imply the presence of alien. The salespeople speak in technical terms to imply that they are more knowledgeable than the customer.
Involve.
To include or affect someone or something as a necessary part of something else.
Examples:
Involve a lot of paperwork. Involve a high degree of risk. The investigation involves several government agencies and is expected to take several months.
Delve.
To dig or excavate deeply, to investigate or research intensively, to rummage or explore in a thorough or careful manner.
Examples:
Delve deeper. Delve into documents. Researchers must delve into the intricacies of the human brain to understand mental illness.
Interdisciplinary.
Involving or combining several academic disciplines or fields of study.
Examples:
Interdisciplinary research. An interdisciplinary conference. The interdisciplinary approach to solving the problem involved experts from multiple fields working together.
Anomaly.
Something or someone that deviates from what is expected or normal, often in a way that is difficult to explain or understand.
Examples:
Anomaly detection. Global temperature anomaly. The sudden drop in the stock market was an anomaly that puzzled many investors.
Neurochemical.
Of or relating to chemical processes occurring in neural activity or chemical substance that participates in neural activity.
Examples:
Neurochemical substances. Neurochemical mechanism. Our study focuses on neurochemical changes in the brain.
Oxytocin.
A hormone secreted by the pituitary which stimulates contractions of the uterus during labor, equals the process of pushing out a baby, and the ejection of milk.
Examples:
Oxytocin degrading enzyme. Oxytocin receptor. Women may increase oxytocin production through romantic love.
Hormone.
A chemical substance made by organs that encourages or influences the development, growth, sex, etc., of an animal and is carried around the body in the blood.
Examples:
Hormone secretion. Female hormone. The doctor diagnosed me with a hormone disorder.
Cuddle.
To hold close and lovingly in one's arms, often for comfort or affection, to snuggle or nestle against someone or something.
Examples:
Cuddle buddy. Cuddle up with a book. I love to cuddle with my dog on the couch after a long day.
Fuzzy.
Having a soft and indistinct outline or covered with fine, soft, and hair-like fibers.
Examples:
Fuzzy logic. Fuzzy memory. The picture was fuzzy because it was taken with an old camera.
Receptor.
An organ having nerve endings that respond to stimulation such as heat or cold and makes the body react in a particular way.
Examples:
Cellular receptor. Receptor for HIV in humans. Hay fever occurs when a substance called histamine binds to receptors in the nose and eyes.
Naturally.
As might be expected, by natural manners.
Examples:
Naturally arising. Naturally regenerated forest. He was naturally gifted.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Naloxone.
A medication used to reverse the effects of opioids equals morphine or a drug that resembles morphine, commonly used to counter decreased breathing in opioid overdose.
Examples:
Naloxone injection. The unit dosage amount of naloxone. Treatment for an overdose of opioids includes the administration of naloxone.
Essential.
Indispensable, fundamental.
Examples:
Essential amino acid. Essential commodities of life. Trial and error is an essential part of education.
Interaction.
The act of connecting with someone, mainly when working, playing, or spending time with them.
Examples:
The interaction between man and his environment. Interaction among human beings. The interaction of the two groups is good for brainstorming.
Ingredient.
One of the things used to make something, especially one of the foods used to make a particular dish.
Examples:
Secret ingredients. Compound the ingredients. Greed is the primary ingredient in the making of criminals.
Reverse.
To change something's direction, order, position, decision, etc., to the opposite one, adjective, directed or moving toward the rear.
Examples:
Reverse the trend. Reverse the order. The restaurant reversed a ban on smoking.
Interfere.
To get involved in and prevent a process or activity from continuing.
Examples:
Interfere in another country's affairs. Interfere with DNA synthesis. Your talking interferes with my work.
Bind.
To tie or fasten someone or something tightly with rope, string, etc., so that they cannot move or are held together strongly.
Examples:
Bind the man's hands. Bind old letters into a bundle. The company's rules bind the employees' working hours.
Necessarily.
In an essential manner, in such a way as could not be otherwise.
Examples:
Not necessarily a problem. Necessarily true. This accident was something that happened necessarily.
Rid.
To make someone or something free of unwanted or unpleasant tasks, objects, or person.
Examples:
Get rid of the rats. Rid the body of waste products. We must rid ourselves of pollution.
Disconnect.
To unfasten or disjoin something, especially to break the connection between a supply of gas, water, or electricity and a piece of equipment.
Examples:
Disconnect a plug. Disconnect the water supply. She finally decided to disconnect herself from the company.
Addictive.
Causing a strong desire or compulsion to use or consume repeatedly, often to the point of dependency or harm, habit forming.
Examples:
Highly addictive. Addictive substance. The new video game was so addictive that he stayed up all night playing it.
Abnormal.
Not typical, usual, or regular, especially in a way that is bad.
Examples:
Abnormal heart rhythms. Abnormal cells. An abnormal climate in the region caused a sharp decline in grain harvest.
Transmission.
The act or process of sending something from one person or place to another, the process of broadcasting over the airwaves, as in radio or television.
Examples:
Transmission speed. The transmission gears of a car. Education is the transmission of civilization.
Converge.
To move or draw together at a specific location, of lines, to move towards the same point where they join or meet.
Examples:
Converge of a series. Converge from different points. The two rivers converge into one near this area.
Discovery.
The act or process of finding information, a place, or an object, or learning about something that was previously not known.
Examples:
A scientific discovery. The great discovery of the century. Her research team made an important discovery.
Predispose.
To make someone susceptible.
Examples:
Predisposed to the development of cancer. Predispose me to become a novelist. Her outstanding achievement predisposes people to like her.
Amazing.
Extremely surprising, especially in a way that you like or admire.
Examples:
Amazing advances. The most amazing feeling. The golfer recorded an amazing distance.
Similarly.
In almost the same way.
Examples:
Similarly situated. Have similarly great abilities. We argue that wages for temporary workers should similarly rise.
Hypersensitive.
Easily or overly affected emotionally, physically, or mentally by stimuli or situations that are not normally considered stressful or upsetting.
Examples:
Hypersensitive reaction. Hypersensitive nerve endings. She became hypersensitive to criticism after being bullied in school.
Isolation.
The condition of being alone or lonely, the act or state of separation between persons or groups.
Examples:
Isolation booth. The country's isolation. That incident led to his isolation.
Neurotransmitter.
A chemical that carries nerve impulses between neurons or between neurons and muscles.
Examples:
Neurotransmitter receptor. Neurotransmitters released from the brain. Endorphins are a type of neurotransmitter that gives a sense of well-being.
Dissatisfy.
To fail to satisfy someone.
Examples:
Dissatisfy the users with bugs. Dissatisfy people with service. The company's results dissatisfy everyone.
Restless.
Unwilling or unable to stay still or relax because you are worried and uneasy.
Examples:
A restless person. Restless waves. He felt restless and constantly changed his postures.
Irritable.
Easily or frequently agitated, annoyed, or angered, prone to becoming tense or angry in response to minor stimuli or events.
Examples:
Irritable bowel syndrome. Irritable mood. Lack of sleep can make me irritable and easily annoyed.
Ravenous.
Extremely hungry or famished, greedy or voracious in appetite or desire.
Examples:
Ravenous hunger. Ravenous wolf. After running a marathon, I felt ravenous and ate an entire pizza.
Rebalance.
To adjust or distribute something proportionally, to restore balance, to make changes, to bring a situation back into equilibrium or stability.
Examples:
Rebalance the budget. Rebalance team roles. I need to rebalance my investment portfolio to reduce risk.
Relief.
A feeling of happiness and relaxation that comes when something burdensome is removed or reduced.
Examples:
Tax relief. Sigh of relief. He devoted his life to establishing a humanitarian relief fund.
Missile.
A weapon, such as a rocket or guided projectile, that is self-propelled and directed by remote control or by an internal guidance mechanism.
Examples:
Missile defense. Cruise missile attack. The military launched a ballistic missile at the enemy's stronghold.
Addict.
A person who cannot stop using or doing something as a habit, especially something harmful.
Examples:
A drug addict. Internet addict. We have become TV addicts due to video streaming services.
Excuse.
A reason or explanation, either true or invented, given to justify a fault or defend your behavior. Verb, to make someone free from blame or clear from guilt.
Examples:
Excuse for inaction. Perfect excuse. He quickly fabricated an excuse for not attending the meeting.
Contribute.
To give something, especially money or goods, to provide or achieve something together with other people.
Examples:
Contribute a large sum of money to the fund. Contribute to society. Government workers cannot contribute to political campaigns.
Relapse.
The fact of becoming ill or starting to misbehave again after making an improvement.
Examples:
Biochemical relapse. Relapse prevention. He had a relapse because he was working through the night.
Broad.
Very wide, general.
Examples:
Attract broad attention. A broad mind. He accumulated wealth across a broad spectrum of assets.
Reciprocal.
Given or felt by each toward the other, mutual, corresponding, or interchangeable.
Examples:
Have a reciprocal respect. Reciprocal actions. Their relationship was based on reciprocal love and respect for each other.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Authentic.
Known to be real and what people say it is, not a fake or copy.
Examples:
An authentic signature. The sets were meticulously authentic. The stages of the play were meticulously authentic.
Increasingly.
More and more.
Examples:
Increasingly become common. Face increasingly complicated challenges. Our company found it increasingly difficult to keep up with the competition.
Transcendent.
Going beyond the limits of ordinary experience or knowledge, surpassing the usual or expected, exalted or sublime.
Examples:
Transcendent wisdom. Transcendent joy. The transcendent beauty of the Grand Canyon took his breath away.
Transcend.
To rise above or go beyond the limits of something.
Examples:
Transcend boundaries. Transcend limits. The music transcended cultural barriers and reached audiences globally.
Belong.
To be the property of someone or something, to be a member or part of a group, to be in the proper or appropriate place.
Examples:
Belong to different species. Belong to a group. All the books in this section belong to the library's rare collection and must be handled carefully.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
Economy of scale. Economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Disintegration.
The process of something breaking down or falling apart physically or metaphorically, the state of being weakened or destroyed.
Examples:
Disintegration process. Cultural disintegration. The disintegration of the old bridge was a warning sign of its impending collapse.
Economical.
Providing a satisfactory return on the money, time, or effort, not using more money, fuel, etc. than necessary.
Examples:
Economical use of her time. An economical meal. It is more economical to wash your plastic bottle and reuse it.
Desolate.
Deserted, barren, or lonely, causing a feeling of sadness or hopelessness.
Examples:
A desolate scene. Desolate moon. The deserted island was desolate and uninhabited.
Ravage.
To cause damage to something badly.
Examples:
Ravage a country. Ravage the brain. A large fire ravaged the forest.
Affair.
Event, situation, or subject that is significant from a political or public perspective, a secretive or illicit sexual relationship.
Examples:
Current affairs. Domestic affairs. Some critics say this exhibition will be a big affair.
Despondent.
In low spirits, feeling or showing extreme discouragement or gloom.
Examples:
Feel despondent. A despondent mood. After her dog passed away, she was despondent for weeks, unable to find joy.
Handheld.
Designed to be held in one hand, portable, and compact enough to be carried or used on the go.
Examples:
Handheld device. Handheld camera. The technician used a handheld tool to fix the machine.
Electron.
A tiny particle with a negative electrical charge.
Examples:
Flow of electrons. Beam of electrons. The outermost electron shell determines the chemical properties of an atom.
Fentanyl.
A potent synthetic opioid pain medication often used to treat severe or chronic pain, which is highly addictive and can be very dangerous or lethal in high doses.
Examples:
Fentanyl patch. Fentanyl overdose. The abuse of fentanyl has reached epidemic proportions in some parts of the country.
Rev.
A measure of the rate at which an engine or motor rotates, often expressed in revolutions per minute, RPM, verb, to increase the number of rotations per minute.
Examples:
Low rev engine. Rev up the crowd. He stepped on the gas pedal, and the engine released a loud rev.
Hopeless.
Having no hope, despairing, having no chance of success.
Examples:
Hopeless situation. Hopeless at everything. After months of job searching, He felt hopeless and unsure of his future.
Clue.
An object, a piece of evidence, or some information that helps someone to find the answer to a problem, question, or mystery.
Examples.
A clue about the crime. A clue to the diagnosis. The police couldn't find a clue to her whereabouts.
Reprogram.
To modify or recreate a program.
Examples.
Reprogram a device. Reprogram a database. He reprogrammed the computer's operating system to remove the safeguard.
Neuroplasticity.
The ability of the brain to change and reorganize itself in response to new experiences, learning, or injury, by creating new neural connections and pathways.
Examples.
Neuroplasticity therapy. Experience-dependent neuroplasticity. Researchers are currently studying the potential of neuroplasticity to treat conditions such as depression and anxiety.
Classic.
Judged or deserving to be regarded as one of the best or most important of its kind over a period of time, of a well-known type.
Examples.
A classic experiment. Chinese classic literature. He displayed the classic symptoms of depression.
Neuron.
A cell that is specialized to carry information within the brain and between the brain and other parts of the body.
Examples.
Excite the neurons. Neuron cell body. Our body transfers information along each neuron using an electrical impulse.
Cue.
A signal, gesture, or action that provides information or direction for someone else to act or respond, a reminder or prompt for someone to do something.
Examples.
Cue card. Visual cue. The director gave the actor a cue to begin the scene.
Undergo.
To go through something unpleasant or that involves a change.
Examples.
Undergo surgery. Undergo a decrease. The train has to undergo rigorous safety checks.
Offline.
Not connected to the internet.
Examples.
Offline course. Offline mode. The computer is offline and cannot be accessed at the moment.
Convergent.
Tending to come together or meet at a point, merging or intersecting, characterized by similarities or commonalities, particularly in different fields or areas of knowledge.
Examples.
Convergent beam. Convergent thinking. The similarities between the two cultures suggest convergent evolution.
Impulse.
A sudden strong and unreflective wish or need to do something. The electrical discharge that travels along a nerve fiber.
Examples:
a combative impulse, profound religious impulses. Nerve impulses cross a synapse through the action of neurotransmitters.
Replace.
To take the place of something.
Examples:
replace one word with another. Replace a phone. Eventually, the new design will replace all older models.
Craving.
A strong desire of wanting something.
Examples:
craving for revenge. Curb our cravings. I have a craving for nicotine.
Spiritual.
Relating to or affecting the human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things.
Examples:
constant spiritual striving. Spiritual leader. The meditation class was focused on finding inner peace and cultivating a more spiritual connection with the universe.
Intervention.
The action or process of being done to improve or help a circumstance, often they have not been asked to do so.
Examples:
intervention by foreign powers. Surgical intervention. This intervention does not require the patient's consent.
Neurotechnology.
Technology or advancements in the field of neuroscience, often related to the study or manipulation of the brain or nervous system.
Examples:
neurotechnology startup. Advanced neurotechnology. Research in neurotechnology is leading to groundbreaking advancements in brain-computer interfaces.
Circuit.
In electrical engineering, an electrical device that provides a path for electrical current to flow, a journey or route around a particular place or area.
Examples:
circuit breaker. Federal circuit courts. An intelligent battery has a voltage monitoring circuit.
Induce.
To persuade someone to do something, to cause to act in a specific manner.
Examples:
induce a crisis. Induce him to see a doctor. The lack of sleep induces both physical and psychological diseases.
Possibility.
A chance that something may happen or be true.
Examples:
possibility for growth. Possibility of a major earthquake. The possibility of getting the disease will drastically increase.
Scalable.
Capable of being easily expanded or increased in size, number, or scale to meet changing demands.
Examples:
scalable solution. Dynamically scalable. The company's new software is highly scalable, allowing it to handle increasing number of users.
Mutual.
Common to or shared by two or more parties. Share of a mutual fund. Mutual efforts. They cooperated for their mutual benefit.
Recover.
To return to a former condition, health, mind, or strength.
Examples:
Recover a loss. Recover approval ratings. She is still recovering from a shot to her shoulder.
Jam.
A situation in which something becomes stuck because of a dense crowd of people, vehicles, etc., a preserve of crushed fruit.
Examples:
A traffic jam. A jar of jam. The shredder in the print room often has paper jams.
Park hour.
A physical discipline in which practitioners navigate obstacle courses, often in urban environments, using acrobatic movements to overcome obstacles with speed and efficiency.
Examples:
Parkour training. Urban parkour. The opening scene of the movie features a thrilling parkour chase scene.
Feat.
A notable or impressive achievement, especially one that requires great skill or bravery.
Examples:
Intellectual feat. Feat accomplishment. It is an incredible feat to climb Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world.
Vulnerable.
Capable of being hurt or influenced physically or mentally.
Examples:
A vulnerable bridge. Vulnerable parts of the body. Infants and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable.
Conventional.
Based on or following traditional rules, standards, customs, etc.
Examples:
A conventional style. Get a conventional loan. She is very conventional in her thoughts.
Yoga.
A Hindu spiritual and ascetic discipline including breath control, simple meditation, and the adoption of specific bodily postures, which is widely practiced for health and relaxation.
Examples:
Aerial yoga. Yoga teacher. Many people find that regular yoga practice can help reduce stress and anxiety.
Meetup.
A gathering or social event organized through the internet for people who share a common interest.
Examples:
Meetup gathering. Meetup area. We have a meetup to discuss the new project this weekend.
Tradition.
A belief, custom, or way of doing something that has been passed down from generation to generation within a group or society.
Examples:
A tradition of a culture. Against tradition. It is a tradition in many families to have a big Thanksgiving dinner with all their relatives.
Conception.
A general idea or belief of what something or someone is like or should be, an understanding of a situation or a principle.
Examples:
A grand conception. The conception of the good. I have no conception of what you intend.
Encourage.
To give someone support, confidence, or hope, to persuade someone to do or continue to do something by making it easier for them and making them believe it is a good thing to do.
Examples:
Encourage a sense of affinity. Encourage antisocial behavior. They encouraged customers with a premium for loyal patronage.
Superficial.
Existing or occurring only at or on the surface, appearing to be true or real only until examined more closely.
Examples:
Superficial wound. Superficial knowledge. The journalist's superficial reporting should have captured the full scope of the issue.
Stigma.
A mark of shame or disgrace associated with a particular circumstance, quality, or person.
Examples:
Social stigma. Stigma against obesity. The mental health stigma often prevents people from seeking treatment.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Re-establish.
To establish again or anew, to restore something that was lost or disrupted, often relating to an organization, relationship, or system.
Examples:
Re-establish ties. Re-establish trust. We need to re-establish our relationship after our argument.
Inclusive.
Including much or everything, and especially including stated limits, not excluding any of the people, things, ideas, etc. involved in something.
Examples:
A fully inclusive price. Inclusive education. The university has established a capacity for each nationality as part of its inclusive policy.
Heal.
To make a wound or injury to become well again.
Examples:
Heal a broken bone. Heal the hurt mind. It will take time for her mental scars to heal.
Destruction.
The act of causing so much damage to something.
Examples:
Path of destruction. Cyclonic destruction. The extinction of several subspecies has been linked to climate change and habitat destruction.
Neuropsychiatric.
Relating to mental disorders that have a neurological or physiological basis, or to the study of the interplay between neurological and psychiatric phenomena.
Examples:
Neuropsychiatric disorder. Neuropsychiatric evaluation. Researchers are studying the neuropsychiatric effects of certain medications on the brain.
Phenomenon.
Something that exists and can be perceptible, especially one that is not fully understood.
Examples:
Natural phenomenon. Historical phenomenon. A rainbow is a natural phenomenon.
Struggle.
To make a great effort to do something when it is difficult, or there are a lot of problems, to use force or violence to break away from restraint or constriction.
Examples:
Struggle against discrimination. Struggle to get the job. He could not struggle against temptation.
Patient.
A person who is receiving medical treatment, care, or attention from a healthcare professional, such as a doctor, nurse, or therapist, a personal quality or characteristic.
Examples:
Patient in the hospital. Patient with weight loss. The doctor carefully examined the patient's medical history.
Caregiving.
The act of providing care and support for someone who is ill, disabled, or elderly.
Examples:
Caregiving process. Caregiving responsibilities. She devoted her life to caregiving, looking after her aging parents.
Healing.
The process of becoming or making somebody or something well again.
Examples:
Natural healing ability. Part of the healing process. Each ancient tribe has its healing traditions.